What is up, guys? It is Styx here, and today I'm going to be going over this week's Ascendant challenge. Now, before we get into the video, feel free to subscribe. I post these videos twice a week along with other videos pretty sporadically. First of all, Petra is right at the transmat location. If you do not see her here, then that means that you are not in the correct version of the Dreaming City. You have likely been loaded into an old one from someone who is here prior to the weekly reset. You can buy tinctures and get your initial weekly bounty from Petra. This way you get the maximum number of rewards per character, as these challenges normally take about 5 minutes to do max if you get good at them without doing the eggs. This could be a potential of 15 to 20 minutes for 6 Ascendant challenge pieces of loot. Now, as far as where the challenge is, feel free to follow along. It is in the Spine of Carries if you already know where that is, and you can just feel free to skip ahead to when I get there. Otherwise, you can just follow me, and I will show you the fastest way I know of getting there. Ideally without hitting a wall. I don't believe I've ever seen that before. Honestly, that was kind of cool looking, but also really trippy. You can run through and pretty much ignore all of these enemies. They're just normal Taken. Some people have had issues with just running through enemies the way that I do. The way that I do that is normally, well, one, my Titan's got over 100 resilience, 100 caps out, but also I normally put concussive dampener and either sniper or melee damage resistance depending on the type of enemies there are. That way they do literally nothing to you. Along with that, there are also certain subclasses like Top Tree Sentinel, which will give you a melee that gives you an overshield. On to this part though, you use your tincture. The reason you use it here is because if you come forward a bit, you'll see that a bridge begins to pop up. And you can just go right across. Run past those guys like you would typically. And you're going to come up here and you will see, if you've done everything right until now, the portal. If you do not see the portal, once again, make sure that you are in the correct version of the Dreaming City, that Petra is where she is supposed to be and shown on the map, which, if you need to look, she's supposed to be right there at your transmat zone if you've skipped to this point in the video. And then you can just jump on in. Alright, once you get in here, for one, you will notice that everything is broken. That's because this is the Shattered Ruins. There are two versions of this, one in which there's a bunch of the yeet portals everywhere, and the other one is where there's a bunch of little balls. I've got the one with all the balls on it. Now, if you need to find Toland, I don't know if he's for like triumphs and stuff, but I know the bounty is bugged. So if you have the Shattered bounty, that is 100% bugged. But if you end up needing it for something else, he should be somewhere along the critical path here. Do note, I'm not going to go over the Ascendant eggs until we get to the top, because that's where they are. So, don't really need to worry about that until after we kill the boss. Alright. Just gonna trigger all this stuff. Oh, he doesn't end up annoying. Now, the boss is spawned. You can kill him in just about any way. I would recommend, if you have it, you could just use something like Golden Gun, Chaos Reach, or Thunder Crash to one-shot him. But if you decide not to run that, pretty much any heavy weapon will nuke Ascendant Challenge bosses. They're pretty much the same as public event bosses. Alright, you want to make sure you grab this chest now, because you won't get kicked out for grabbing it. And then what you can do afterwards is look for both of the Ascendant eggs. There are only two. One is going to be past the portal. If you look up, you'll see this little white bit right there. I do have Wish Ender now, so if you see a little bit of recycled footage in terms of where the Ascendant eggs are, that's because I'm going to throw in old clips in future videos. That way people know where the eggs are and can actually see them, because I don't think it would be fair to you guys if just because I shot them beforehand and don't see them anymore, I only explained where they were, rather than actually showing you. Now, for this Ascendant egg, I always somehow start on the very opposite end, or like right next to it. And it takes me 7 years to get around it, but eventually, okay, so it's going to be here. If you come up from this, you're going to want to come to about here in reference to where that is, and then it will be right here, and then you shoot it. Alright. And that is all of the Ascendant eggs in this area. Now, if this is your last Ascendant challenge that you've done, then it's going to give you like some more pages and stuff. But since it is not at all my last, I have just gotten this bow. It's going to not show anything for me. And then once you've done the eggs, I probably should have done this before, but it's just easier to do after the Ascendant challenge is over, because all of this stuff is normally just cleared out a bit more. You drop down here for the bones, and you will see it's right here. If you aren't dumb and almost fall off like I just did. But it is sitting right here. You just pick it up, and then that's your lore bones. As far as where Toland is, I honestly didn't even see him on my way up, so I have no idea where he is in my instance. Ah, there he is. Alright. There he is. Listen to him. If you get whatever you need from it, it is what it is. If you don't, the bounty is super bugged, so I don't know how any of the quests are or anything. But either way, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, etc. And thanks for watching.